The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has made oral submissions before the Parliamentary Committee on Agriculture, Land and Natural Resources. The Southern African Institute for Policy and Research, SIPA, in collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, successfully hosted a high-level symposium focused on the impact of global geopolitical shifts, particularly those driven by the United States and their implications for Zambia's development landscape. The Medical for Quality Healthcare in Zambia, MQHZ, has praised government efforts to improve the availability of essential medicines and renal commodities across public health facilities, following what it describes as a marked improvement in nationwide supply levels. In sports, Angola national team coach Pedro Goncalves believes Morocco and the Democratic Republic of Congo, DR Congo, are the front runners to advance from Group A at the delayed 2024 African Nations Championship, CHAN, set to kick off in East Africa this August. We have the news in detail shortly.
The news, 88.5 Sun FM.
And now the news in detail. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has made oral submissions before Parliamentary Committee on Agriculture, Lands and Natural Resources. Permanent Secretary for Lands and Natural Resources, Mr. Patrick Mucheleka, has stated that the Lands and Deeds Registry Amendment Bill number 13 of 2025 is set to significantly transform land administration in Zambia. According to Mr. Mucheleka, the proposed legislation aims to streamline processes within the registry system and reinforce legal safeguards governing land ownership and transactions. He emphasized that improved efficiency will not only bolster transparency and accountability, but also help build public confidence in the management of land assets. The amendment bill is currently under review and is expected to contribute meaningfully to Zambia's broader goals of promoting sustainable land governance and secure property rights. The presentation focused on ongoing policy frameworks, land management strategies, and the ministry's role in promoting sustainable development across Zambia. During the session, ministry officials outlined the key initiatives aimed at improving land governance, enhancing transparency, and aligning national land policy with regional and global best practices. The discussions emphasized the need for intersectoral collaboration to address challenges related to agriculture land use, natural resource conservation, and equitable access to land. The committee welcomed the submissions and engaged in constructive dialogue to explore avenues for policy refinement and implementation support. The ministry reaffirmed its commitment to partnering with stakeholders across government and civil society to ensure that land and natural resources serve as pillars of inclusive growth and environmental sustainability. The Southern African Institute for Policy and Research, SIPA, in collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, successfully hosted a high-level symposium focused on the impact of global geopolitical shifts, particularly those driven by the United States and other implications for Zambia's development landscape. The symposium brought together key stakeholders from the private sector, academia, and civil society to critically assess Zambia's positioning amid global change. Speaking during the symposium, Copperbelt Province Permanent Secretary Lazarus Mwanza commended SIPA and MFAIC for fostering inclusive dialogue, stating that the Copperbelt Province, given its strategic role in mining and industry, stands at the forefront of global economic dynamics. He noted that transformations in geopolitical landscapes directly influence trade flows, investment patterns and technological innovations, each with tangible effects on local livelihoods. Describing the symposium as timely and vital, Mr. Mwanza urged the stakeholders to craft strategic responses aligned with international realities, calling for innovative policy approaches that capitalize on emerging global trends to benefit communities across Zambia. He applauded the diverse perspectives represented and highlighted the value of actionable insights generated during the forum, insights that reflect both Zambia's aspirations and the realities it faces.
As we explore how Zambia can navigate an increasingly complex and uncertain global landscape, this exchange of views today will be critical in strengthening our foresight, resilience, and unity of purpose. Let me close by my remarks by emphasizing that this symposium is not an academic exercise, it is a strategic opportunity. Let us use it to build a shared understanding, chart bold yet practical paths, and reaffirm Zambia's role as a constructive and principled actor on the global stage.
Meanwhile, SAIPA Associate Director Cesar Chielo paid a tribute to all stakeholders present, participants from academia and businesses for their expert insights and thought-provoking discussions. He underscored how sweeping changes in U.S. aid strategy and trade policy are creating ripple effects across the globe, particularly for nations economically tied to American support. Mr. Chielo pointed to the tightening of U.S. foreign aid, with programs such as U.S. aid facing funding cuts and structural reforms. Mr. Chielo observed that the landscape of external support is evolving and local institutions must adapt quickly to absorb the impact. Mr. Chielo said priorities across Africa, particularly those supplying goods to American markets, are feeling the squeeze, forced to reassess trade strategies in line of stricter U.S. policies and shifting demand priorities. Mr. Chielo has since paid tribute to participants, among them CSOs, associations, academia, and ambassadors, the business community, for insightful contributions.
They have frozen aid for now, and that has a huge impact for Zambia on our health sector because of our age-old dependency on donors for health services. The other part is for people who are in the business of exporting to the US increased tariffs or duties on commodities going to that economy, with the understanding that they wanted to protect their local industries, increase value add in the US and so on. So for people who are taking commodities to the US, obviously there is a ripple effect. So these are some of the conversations that we are hoping that this symposium will bring to the fore.
The Medical for Quality Healthcare in Zambia has praised government efforts to improve the availability of essential medicines and renal commodities across public health facilities, following what it describes as a marked improvement in nationwide supply. Speaking to Sun FM Radio and TV this morning, MQHZ Director General Dr. Quince Mwabo said the organization's recent inspections of health facilities revealed significant strides in ensuring critical medicines are accessible to patients, signaling a renewed commitment by government to strengthen healthcare delivery. Dr. Mwabo underscored the need for a robust and efficient supply chain management system, calling for increased investment in Zambia's Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA. Dr. Mwabo also called on government to implement anti-corruption precautions, publish procurement data, and promote open stakeholder engagement to build trust and improve oversight. Dr. Mwabu has since urged the government and partners to build on recent gains through strategic reforms that guarantee long-term availability of essential medicines.
The reported 1,600% makeup on essential medicine is not only alarming but also morally unacceptable, compromising the very foundation of our healthcare system. To restore its credibility and effectiveness, ZAMSA must undergo a fundamental transformation, prioritizing transparency and accountability in its procurement process. This requires a robust overhaul of its systems. We demand that ZAMSA takes immediate and decisive action to rectify the damages caused by these corrupt practices. This includes ensuring that life-saving medicines are procured at a fair price and that the savings are redirected towards improving healthcare services and infrastructure.
We'll be back with sports news right after this break.
Public Service Pensions Fund, reaching you in all 10 provinces of Zambia. PSPF, keeping the pension promise.
Angola national team coach Pedro Goncalves believes Morocco and the Democratic Republic of Congo are the front runners to advance from Group A at the delayed 2024 African Nations Championship CHAN, set to kick off in East Africa this August. Speaking to CAF Online, Goncalves highlighted the pedigree of both nations, noting their status as two-time CHAN champions. He also pointed to co-host Kenya as a potential disruptor, with the advantage of playing in front of passionate home crowds in Nairobi. Despite the bookmakers giving Angola and fellow Southern African side Zambia slim odds of progressing, Goncalves remains optimistic. He expressed confidence that both teams could defy expectations and cause upsets in the group stage. Angola enters the tournament buoyed by back-to-back COSAFA CAF triumphs in 2024 and 2025, as well as a third-place finish in the previous CHAN group stage. Goncalves is banking on the momentum to inspire the Pelicans Negres to aim for continental glory. Zambia, meanwhile, has endured a challenging run, failing to progress beyond the group stage in consecutive COSAFA Cups and missing out on qualification for the last CHAN edition. However, the Chipolopolo remain one of the most decorated sides in COSAFA history, with 7 titles to their name. Angola will open their CHAN 2024 campaign against the defending champions Morocco on Sunday, August 3rd, 2025 at Nyayo National Stadium. In Nairobi, Zambia will face the Democratic Republic of Congo in a highly anticipated clash on August 7th, 2025, also in Nairobi. That sports item brings us to the end of this edition of the news. To end, we'll recap on the headlines. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has made oral submissions before the Parliamentary Committee on Agriculture, Lands and Natural Resources. The Southern African Institute for Policy and Research, SAIPA, in collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, successfully hosted a high-level symposium focused on the impact of global geopolitical shifts, particularly those driven by the United States and their implications for Zambia's development landscape. The Medical for Quality Healthcare in Zambia, MQHZ, has praised government efforts to improve the availability of essential medicines and renal commodities across public health facilities, following what it describes as a marked improvement in nationwide supply levels. And in sports, Angola national team coach Pedro Goncalves believes Morocco and the Democratic Republic of